Day 9:15. So the manager of the churches got here, and we were having a conversation about the different classes and everything that we got going on and what's happening with the new believers. I might be running the class for the new believers. They're going to be doing an in-person class every Monday for new believers, which is cool. And we started talking about the purpose stuff, and he was like, yeah, I like it. He's like, I just want it to feel more like Fearless and more like their brand. And because the purpose puzzle I have now is like 6 different colors, it's like, not branded to them at all. And I was like, oh yeah, we're rebranding it right now. And I showed him the new Warriors of God branding, the black and the yellow, and he really liked the black and the yellow. And he was saying, we want to make it feel like it's more fearless than, Warriors of God. And immediately I was like, resistance, like, heck no, like this is my framework. And it's crazy because right before that he was talking to me about there's this book, I think it's called Following Jesus or something like that, where they want to use that for the new believers to teach the class. And this guy like has this book, and churches use it, and then he has an online course, and the churches can kind of brand it as their own thing and use it as a template and a framework for their own thing. And so when he was like, yeah, I want to use this framework, I just want it to be more geared towards Fearless and the branding of Fearless, like not like, so it doesn't look like we're bringing in an outside company, so it looks more like us. And that fear of like, no, this is my thing. And then God reminding me like, no, it's not your thing, it's my thing, and I'm letting you use it to bring into my church. And I'm like, okay. And then so I let that go, and I'm like, oh, okay. And as soon as I let that go, it's the realization of actually before that. And then after that, he was like, who do you see teaching the classes? And I was like, for sure me. Like, I like the purpose thing is my thing. And he was like, okay, because what I see you as is, you're overseeing it all. You're the one leading it all, and you have these leaders who are running it. And again, I had resistance, just like, heck no, like no one else can teach this. And then I like, after I let go of the resistance and the fear, then it was just like, actually, that's perfect. That's so perfect. Like, I want to create the exact kind of framework that they're using for the new believers with this book, where they give the church the book, and then they have the online platform, so the church or whatever can kind of brand it as their own thing, but it still comes from that company or that author who wrote the book, but they can kind of take it and make it their own, like licensing it, basically, like white labeling it. And so he said that, and I was like, actually, yeah, I want to teach like the first round or 2 so I can get a feel for it. And then I want to train someone to replace me, of course, because I want to go out to all the churches around the world and bring this to them, and pick a few people and train them how to do this and walk through this, and give them the workbook, and then give them the website with like the videos that go along, and then they could teach it in person. And for everyone, I could brand the purpose puzzle to their church, with their branding and their colors and their fonts. And so it's still my formula, my framework, but we're allowing them to white label it as if it's their own. And they'll have access to like the website for the online course and all that stuff. And so it was just like, as soon as I let go of the resistance of this is mine, like that just like, it's mine, and remembering, no, it's not yours, it's God's, and God's letting you use it, and he wants you to bring it to this church. As soon as I let go of that fear and that like possessiveness, that greed, it's like my mind expanded. It was like, oh my God, that's perfect. That's perfect. I can create this amazing system where I can go to any church and say, hey, here's the foundation. Here's what it looks like. Here's the workbook. We can brand, your church on it. We can change the colors to this. And it comes with the website and the online courses, and I'll train 3 of your leaders on how to do the classes. Like, that's perfect. Then I could take it to churches all around the world. And the whole point is to turn believers into warriors so we could lead humanity back to God. The point is not for me to have my own proprietary thing that I keep locked up and it's only Warriors of God, and you can only use it if it's Warriors of God. Like, people will come into Warriors of God. The right people will search it out and figure it out, and it'll say like buy Warriors of God, or have Warriors of God branding on it here and there, or they'll look me up because I'll be the ones in the videos teaching and training, and I'll be speaking on stages, like. And so it's just like, as soon as I let go of that fear, my mind opened to like, that's such a better way to do it. And churches will have so much less resistance to it, because not every church is going to be all about like, the warrior and the rebellious. Like, that's not every church. That's this church, but that's not every church. And so, you know, the branding will be slightly different on the purpose puzzle. And yeah, and then I'm thinking I just charge like a monthly licensing fee to the churches for using the framework and the system. And, you know, they get quarterly trainings or updates or whatever. And, you know, maybe they pay like $2,400 a year or something, like $200 a month or $500 a month, or I don't know, $100 a month. I have no idea. There are 380,000 churches in the United States. So, yeah. But that was just like, as soon as I got over the fear and the possessiveness, it was like, wow, that's actually a brilliant idea. And I could get the purpose puzzle framework out all around the world with a training manual, and then train some people. They get, you know, the workbook, and this thing could just like take off. Because when he was like, yeah, you know, I want someone to teach the class. Like, I want you overseeing all these things, you know, not stuck in it. And I just had so much resistance. Like, no one else can do this. And it's like, that's not true. I just have to teach them how. And yeah, it was just crazy how much I fought that instantly. And it was like, Chris, think bigger. Think bigger. Like, I don't want to sit in that class after service every single time, like, for how long? The next year? Like, no, I don't want to do that over and over and over again. No. Like, and I'm going to be traveling around the world and like, no. I got to be able to multiply oh my God. God said, multiply, replicate yourself, duplicate yourself, multiply yourself. So I can go to all these churches and multiply myself, where they have the purpose coaches in the churches that are part of the church. Like, it's so brilliant. That is just thinking so much bigger than I ever thought before. I thought I would go there and stay there for like 6 weeks and do it myself. And it's like, no, heck no, I don't want to do that. Wow. And this, to be able to go to them and say, we'll do a branded purpose puzzle for you and your church, your colors, your fonts, everything like that. We'll take the workbook and we'll brand it to you guys. You know, it'll have the trademark of Warriors of God on it. And so you get the workbook, you get the branded purpose puzzle, you'll get access to the online course with everything, and I'll do the training for you guys too. And even the training, I could just make it an online course where it's like, hey, have your leaders go here, log in here, and then they can watch the 6 videos and walks them through exactly what they have to do. They got the workbook. You can launch it out to your church. Here's some posts that you could do on your page. Like, that's big thinking right there. That's big thinking. And then to just have the churches pay like a small monthly fee to license it. Like, gosh, that's so cool. Because I want to speak on stages and I want to lead Warriors of God. Like, that's what I want to do. So, yeah, I don't want to be like stuck in a classroom teaching the same thing over and over and over again. Like, dang. It's crazy how much I resist where God is taking me because of this spirit of fear and the spirit of greed. Like, no, it's my thing. I have to protect it. It's like, no, it's not. God gave you the whole purpose puzzle in 5 minutes. Like, it's not yours. Stop acting like it's yours. And he gave it to you for the church, not for you. So, just mind blown. Like, wow. Crazy. Amazing.